everyone, welcome back again. So today we made fish roll, guys. It came out so delicious, so yummy, so tasty as usual. So guys, the first thing I did was to sieve about 2 cups of flour into a bowl. I added cinnamon powder, baking powder, salt, sugar, milk flavor, and I mixed everything thoroughly. I actually mixed this dry ingredient differently and very thoroughly. I took my time to ensure that everything is well incorporated into each other, because I wouldn't want to have one side tasting sugary and the other side tasting salty. So I mixed everything together. Then I added some butter, salted butter, and I mixed it until it became crumbly. Just the way you can see here, this actually took a longer time than I expected, but guys, the goal is to make our fish roll come out so perfect. So after mixing everything together, I created a hole in the middle and I poured in my milk and of course my egg. I used 1 egg and about half cup of milk, and I mixed everything together. Guys, at this point you have to keep your water aside. If the milk and the egg is not enough, you have to add in a drop water. Ensure that you add the water very little by little, and of course you have your dry flour set aside in case you overpour water in your batter. So here I have my water in my flour. I have to mix everything to cooperate. At this point guys, it is already too strong for my spatula, so I'm going to use my hand to mix it together till it forms a dough. Ensure you wash your hand properly so that you will not contaminate what you are cooking. So I mixed everything together like I said earlier until I was able to form a dough just the way you can see here. I covered it and set aside for about 10 minutes. Here I have my fish. I already cooked my fish earlier. I used seasoning cubes, salt and onion to cook my fish and to ensure that it also come out so tasty as it should. So I have to debone my fish, carefully debone my fish so that while I'm enjoying my fish roll I won't have to get choked from the bone in the fish. So I carefully deboned my fish and shredded it just the way you are seeing here. After shredding it, just set aside on your work table. Sprinkle some flour on your work table. Here I have my flour. Cut it into equal sizes, as much and as sizable as you can. Then roll it to form a ball, just the way you are seeing here. Pinch it together and try to roll it as much as and perfect as possible. Then use your rolling pin to spread it out just the way you are seeing there. Roll it out, flip it to the other side and roll until you have a very flat dough. Then here I have my fish. I'm going to pour in my fish, scoop in my fish in the
new Nivea dry deodorant.
I was supposed to apply some wet flour on the dough so that it will have to stick and not open when I put it in the hot water. I was supposed to do this before I scoop in my fish in the dough, so but it's still not late. So here I have my flour mixed with water. Use your brush and brush it at the edges of the flour so that you won't have your fish roll open when you put it in the hot oil. Then proceed to closing the fish and rolling it into the fish roll that it is. Try as much as possible to pinch it at the edges just the way I'm doing here, so that your fish will be enclosed inside the rolls and not separate or scatter when you put it in the hot oil. Carefully until you are done rolling your fish roll just the way you can see here. set aside and continue to roll until you exhaust your dough. Yeah, I have to sprinkle my tray with some flour to avoid sticking on the tray. So continue to roll your dough and scooping fish and roll and roll and roll and set aside until you are done with your dough. Apply some wet flour just the way I'm doing here. Scoop your fish into the batter, then close it just the way I did in the previous part of the video. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Yeah, it is ready again. Set aside until you are done. Here guys, I have 4 fish roll set to fry in a very hot oil. If you have if your oil is not too full, just like mine here, if you don't have plenty of oil just like mine here, ensure you turn and flip your fish roll side by side, because if you don't flip it, one side may tend to get brown than the other side. So turn it side by side if you don't have too much oil in your pan, just the way I have here. Fry it until it is brown just like mine here. Scoop it out and serve.